Michael must contact you quickly. I beseech you not to ignore this and incite my rage. Please halt immediately. Avoid moving. Please do not attempt to quit this screen, as the events that are about to occur are solely for you. This isn't a tale. This is the critical moment you have been anticipating. Pay close attention. Each word you will hear is connected together to reveal a hidden treasure. If you skip or scroll, you will break the chain and lose the treasure hidden at the end. You have been chosen for this specific moment. Out of millions, your gaze dropped on this area, your ears pricked up, and your heart sensed that it was calling to you. That's not a coincidence. It is undeniable and pure alignment. Stay until the end. This cadence should not be interrupted. If you allow this to pervade your essence, the next chapter of your life will emerge in ways you were previously ignorant of. Rawness is the fact. It has been an extended period of time since you were able to stop fleeing, doubting yourself, and holding yourself back. However, today is the day that your destiny meets the flames. Feel that tug. It is not dread. This is the moment of your awakening. Your soul's resistance to leave is demonstrated by your continued presence. Please don't overlook this. Avoid testing the parameters that have been set for you. Because once these messages are transmitted, there is no going back, only forward. In addition, I require you to perform the following steps. Persist, inhale, and assimilate. Because the end of this communication includes the exact spark you've been waiting for. Not tomorrow. Not in the future. You arrived at this spot because your name was whispered in higher echelons. Your spirit is being summoned, persuaded to ascend, and compelled to rise. And if you can hold your grip for a little time, you will feel an inside spark. Refrain from blinking. Avoid moving. Be careful to stay in this area because this moment will not be repeated. While you're listening, the ground beneath you shifts and your route changes. Furthermore, at the end of this message, your surroundings will have changed dramatically. So kindly listen to me. Don't underestimate this. The stuff displayed here is not completely random. This is the current that will propel you forwards. I'm now enjoying this video. Distribute it to someone who needs illumination. Also, subscribe. Because only those who have a link here are chosen to receive. Currently, the timepiece is moving. Your future is being rewritten with every second you spend here. Furthermore, your constant observation shows that you have already entered the circle of the chosen. Feel the chills on your skin. Your spirit reacts this way because the truth is never deceptive. The energy that comes from these words is not preset. It's alive. It's contacting you. Stay until the end. If this moment is breached, the chain is disrupted. Chains cannot regenerate after being severed. This is the final time the signal is transferred straight to you. The universe does not waste its opinions. It does not yell at anybody. If this message is yelling from the furnace of destiny, your name has already been written there. Furthermore, the following is the absolute truth. Your breakthrough is closer than you may realize. Months are not far away. Years are not far away. It is standing at your door, hammering with thunder, eagerly waiting for your reaction. However, you must pay close attention. Distractions are banned. The absence of rambling musings. Remain affixed, as each line marks an incremental step toward unlocking the door. Currently, angels in the sky are watching. Their eyes are ablaze with brightness, and they examine every movement you make. They will redirect their focus if you go away. Additionally, you are opposed to it. So, take a big intake. Secure your seat and retain your grasp, as the following section will erase any doubts you may have. You have been betrayed before. You were denied access to information. You have felt invisible. However, this has ended. Because today is the day you are pulled out of the shadows and thrust into the heart of power. There will be no more stillness. You will no longer have to wait for someone else to confirm your value. This is your confirmation, a powerful, unmistakable, and truth-filled message. Stay until the end. You will understand why fate made so much effort to get you to this area. Your name is echoing in places you have never been. The deck will cause the ground you're standing on to vibrate. Similar to the video. Share it immediately, as another person is in desperate need of the same inspiration. And be sure to subscribe, as this is only the beginning of what is to come. The atmosphere around you is constantly changing. Your eyes may be unable to detect it, but your consciousness is aware of the increasing vibration. It's similar to the sound of thunder rumbling in the distance, indicating that something big is about to happen. What do you think about? You are not accidentally viewing this. This is not just a random scroll. This is a heavenly intervention that draws you right into the midst of a storm of upheaval. Please do not dismiss this subject. Your name is engraved deeper into destiny with each passing second you spend in this location, as the energy envelops you tighter. The power is now charging and about to erupt in your favor. Stay until the end. You've never been so close to unlocking it. If you leave at this point, you will never be able to absolve yourself, since you would be aware that you left at the exact moment of metamorphosis. The reality is bursting on the screen. Your body may feel restless, and your pulse may pound, yet this is exactly the process by which breakthroughs are made. They are not delicate with their approach. The door is slammed shut, and they demand that you stand. For far too long, you've been stymied by fear, people who didn't see your worth, and voices who told you you were useless. However, the facts are as follows. They were mistaken, and this telegram provides as proof. Your spirit is stronger than any uncertainty. Your fire is brighter than any shade. And this is the time when you come into the light, unstoppable and irrefutable. Therefore, pay attention. Refrain from blinking. Please refrain from scrolling. Please remain, since the facts about to be revealed will substantially affect your outlook. This is the moment you've been waiting for. Your name was whispered, not in silence, but in thunder, as it moves through dimensions beyond your sight. And you must be attentive. You are aware of that. The shudder in your vertebrae and the tightness in your chest. That provides as proof. Currently, you are the person being contacted. The ghosts are not inquiring. They are authoritative. Remain. They will avoid repeating such actions. This is your only opportunity to understand the information they have supplied. When you reach the ending, you will understand why. As a result of the curtain being raised, and you will witness what was always intended for you. Dad, there will be no delays. There is no denial. Destiny is the only certainty. I'm now enjoying this video. Share it with someone who is feeling hopeless because of a lack of this similar source of drive. Additionally, subscribe, because this is more than just a message. It is the beginning of a movement which starts with you. The ground underneath you is trembling. Not out of fear, but because a breakthrough is quickly approaching. Currently, the rhythm of fate is synced with each heartbeat. You've put up with far too much stillness. You have carried loads, wounds, and memories that no one has ever seen. However, this message is the light that shines through your gloom right now. Please do not dismiss this subject. If your gaze is focused on this location, it means that the higher forces have personally chosen you. Furthermore, I promise you that people who are chosen are never chosen for insignificant reasons. Remain in place till the end. Because if you leave, you will be left with worries that will consume you. You should also avoid leaving right away before you realize it. Your spirit is not lethargic. He survived storms that would have killed others. Because of your tenacity, you were summoned to this area. Consider your circumstances. Consider how many times you had the opportunity to break the rule but chose not to. That was not a stroke of luck. That was the universe's way of protecting you at this critical time. The call volume has increased. It's no longer a murmur. It's a resounding bellow. And this outcry is causing the chains that have held you captive for years to quiver. Maintain your composure. Maintain your concentration. Because the conclusion of this letter includes the exact spark that will change your life. And when it arrives, you'll realize that these weren't just words. It was a prophecy. Angels rotating. Eyes ablaze, wings extended, waiting for your reaction. They are not available to all people. They are here and will depart for you. They have watched your feelings. The nights when you felt invisible, unheard, and unwanted have been tallied. They decided that tonight would be the night you awoke. There will be no more delay. There will be no more constraints. There will be no more ambiguity to fuel your passions. Beyond the domain of the corporeal, your name is ascending. It is etched with flames, and no shadow can pass through it. And in the near future, you will see how that light reflects back into your surroundings. Individuals who had misgivings about your ability will be forced to see your rise. Individuals who overlooked you will be surprised by your accomplishments. And those who remain in your presence will witness marvels unfold alongside you. However, this is where it all begins. You are now focused on this instant. That is why I advise you to maintain your sight. Do not jeopardize this control framework. Stay until the end. The crescendo is building. And when that does, your entire existence will be upended. This is your signal, omen, and transformation. I'm now enjoying this video. Distribute it so that the same energy reaches someone who is ready to soar. Additionally, subscribe, as this is only the first step. The full voyage awaits your arrival. The environment above you is rumbling, not from the outside, but rather from within the region that is invisible to the naked eye. It's the sound of gates opening one by one as your name echoes louder. Currently, every vibration in your vicinity is sending a message. It is not a background din. It refers to alignment. All indicators point, press, and compel you to this single realization. Your moment has arrived. You are on the verge of a transformation. The best part is that once you've crossed it, there's no going back. You will never want to return. Continue to stay at this location. Be steadfast. Additionally, avoid allowing distractions to divert your concentration, because the next surge will engulf your spirit like lightning. This is the exact flame that others seek but are unable to find. The energy is now blazing more furiously. It's almost as if the weight is being lifted and chains are falling to the ground. For the first time, you are feeling liberated. Do you notice how your body reacts? Goosebumps, a quick heartbeat, and an increasing sense of quiet in your head. That provides as proof. It's genuine. It's alive. It is now happening. This was not an accident. This was not an accident. You were drawn to this spot by powers beyond logic. They have judged that it is time to reveal the previously concealed information. After the final words are delivered, you will understand why you were unable to skip this. Because passing up this opportunity would be a life-changing moment. Furthermore, that is an action you cannot permit. Your story isn't over. It is simply the beginning of the chapter, but it will serve as the foundation for understanding everything that follows. Silence, suffering, and effort. They all took you to this area. However, later events will dispel any remaining uncertainty. Because the spotlight is currently centered on you. Yes, you are the sender at this moment. Nobody else. Additionally, those who had no faith in you. They will regret not staying in close proximity. Your ascension is not only unavoidable, it is unstoppable. Persist with me until the last second. The end of this message will shake your spirit. And once that happens, you will never be the same again. I'm now enjoying this video. Distribute it to someone who is anticipating the start of their own fire. Additionally, subscribe, as this is where the journey begins. Also, I assure you, the following chapter will be even more painful. The vibration is currently reaching its greatest level. It's like lightning is slithering across your skin, ready to strike. This is the result of the imagination. This is the power of fate working against you. You keep your grasp for every second. The conflagration intensifies. Every breath you take brings you closer to the eruption of change. And once that happens, there will be no going back. You are just seconds away from starting your duty. Hours, not days, but seconds. Maintain your focus, as the events that are approaching will change the course of your life. Vitality is pouring through your veins. It is not dread. It is not a state of fear. It is potent. The kind of power that raises ordinary people to the level of legends. The voices above are getting more prominent. Your name is being chanted at a higher level, making the sky quake. It is unimaginable to ignore. You are undeniable, chosen, and irrepressible. The shackles around you are shattering. The doors, which had been closed for a long time, are now creaking open. And every darkness that tried to hide you is running in horror. You are the target of this uprising. This is your destiny. This is the chapter that cannot be taken away from your fate. Please stick with me to the end. These last phrases will stimulate your spirit, much like a fire devouring dry wood. You will be assured that this was written specifically for you. It will not whisper when the explosion occurs. It will produce an audible roar. Your name will be transported over locations you have never visited by the clamor. People will notice you and wonder how you changed so quickly. They won't understand. Nevertheless, you will. You listened as a result of your continued presence. You assimilated every sentence. The crown is now hanging over your cranium. Your body has already been surrounded by the radiance. Simply keep your posture and let it land. You'll never be the same after it lands. Not now, not ever. This is a permanent transition. I'm now enjoying this video. Distribute it to someone who is eager for their own enlightenment. Furthermore, please consider subscribing, as this firestorm has not yet ended. It becomes more bright with each next message. There is a rupture in the heavens. Light is streaming in, surpassing the brilliance of anything your eyes have ever seen. It's not only a problem of illumination. It is power pouring at you like a tidal flood. The countdown has begun. 3. Every uncertainty you had is quickly vanishing. 2. Each barrier to your advancement is being removed. With the arrival of your breakthrough, an explosion occurs. Your spirit is energized. Your heart beats quickly. Your name is repeated throughout unseen domains. This is the point at which you become unstoppable, untouchable, and unmistakable. All promises that were previously viewed as postponed are now being fulfilled at a rapid pace. Every prayer you thought was lost is returning with the force of thunder. Every specter that has mocked you is disappearing into the darkness. Are you experiencing it? The sensation of a surge, fire, or charge that pervades every part of your being. That is not a creation of imagination. That's the sound of fate awakening you. You're no longer the same. The previous manifestation of yourself has already passed. Currently, you are the enhanced, awakened, and chosen version of yourself. Speak till the end of this message as the energy continues to flow. It is enveloping you and sealing its place in your future. Additionally, there was nothing. The absence of force. Without a guarantee. No silhouette. The item is now available for stealing. This is your evidence. This is your indication. And this is a permanent role. I'm now enjoying this video. Please share this with a friend who needs it before it's too late, and consider subscribing, as this isn't the end. The conflagration that awaits you is only the beginning. The conflagration is becoming uncontrollable. It is no longer in your area. It is raging inside you at a volume that is louder than your heartbeat. Furthermore, no substance on earth can muffle it again. This is your time of rebirth. This is your ascent. The world is going to see a side of you they never expected to see. Doors will be open. Bats will be removed. Furthermore, blessings will seek you at an extraordinary rate, outpacing your ability to quantify them. Once you complete reading this message, the transition will be permanently locked in. It is irreversible. It's impossible to steal. It is impossible to postpone. It is clearly, entirely, and eternally yours. Hold this truth in your heart as if it were gold, because it is the energy that will push you into the life you have always desired. Individuals will reminisce on this moment and declare it to be the day that everything changed. I encourage you to pay close attention. Do not just observe. Claim it. Take ownership of it. Try it. Inhale it. Because this is not a regular video. This serves as verification. This is your moment of revelation. Keep an eye on this channel. I'm now enjoying this video. As a result, the flame within you grows larger. Share it with a loved one, as they need the same epiphany. Additionally, please consider subscribing, as this was only the beginning. The following messages will unleash the full power of the storm. And it is critical that you do not overlook the next events. The flames are continuing on the rise, and your trip has only just begun. The experience you are currently experiencing was only the beginning. The subsequent rush is considerably stronger and is rapidly reaching you. Your spirit is trembling not because of fear, but because of recognition. It recognizes that this moment was predetermined in your destiny prior to today. This is why every neuron in your body is yelling, "Don't stop now. Please remain with me. Don't even flinch." Because the events that follow will strike your heart with such force that you will never forget this evening. This is the type of moment that leaves an unforgettable mark on your spirit. You are currently on the edge of a massive entity. Imagine the sky being repeatedly pierced by lightning. Each strike is more powerful than the preceding one. At the moment, that is the tempest brewing for you. Your adversaries will be unable to fathom how quickly your life will change. They will stare, mumble, and wonder on how you did it. However, they will be clueless. The reason was that you stayed. You were attentive. You absorbed. Everything you have lost will be recovered. Everything that was postponed will be immediately resumed. Furthermore, everything that was previously harmed will be rebuilt with increased strength. This is a significant change. The sky and the earth collide in your name. This is why the drag is so intense and forceful. Remain in place till the end. Because the world you once knew will never be the same again when the final spark explodes. You are just seconds away from bursting in a bellow. Their gaze was fixated on you. They do not anticipate the entrance of any other individual. They are expecting your response. Will you brave the fire? Do you want to purchase the item that is being shown to you? As a result, the portals of abundance will be blown wide open in ways never witnessed before. You were not meant to be small. It was not meant that you keep silent. Tonight, the design is finally awakened, and you were meant to soar, bloom, and lead. Flipping the switch was done. Furthermore, it is impossible to disable. This is just the beginning. When this video ends, the energy you are feeling will stay with you. It will embrace your entire existence, pursuing, pushing, and raising you every day. However, it is critical that you protect it. Claim it via your emotions, words, and deeds. Because once you've done so, no amount of force will move it from your grasp. As a result, this is the appropriate course of action. I'm now enjoying this video. Maintain the vigor. Distribute it so that others can feel the same emotional surge. Please consider subscribing, as this was only the beginning. The true firestorm is almost upon us, and you are intended to be at the epicenter of it. The storm isn't going away. It is only becoming more intense. Each second you spend in this location, the current that surrounds you grows stronger, as if the air is bending toward you. The pressure you feel in your rib cage. It is an indication of power entering your life. Your fate is now on alert. It is unwilling to remain silent any longer. The force is palpable. It's all violent and overwhelming, because it requires you to ascend. Please remain with me. Avoid moving. Please do not disrupt this sequence. Because the most powerful fire is always released at the last phase. Additionally, you are directly in front of it. Assume you've prayed, sobbed, and believed you'd lost everything. Imagine it re-entering your life with a sudden, unwavering, and resounding power. Currently, that is the structure being built for you. The spirits no longer murmur. They're raising their voices. They're telling the universe to restructure itself in your favor. This is why you feel compelled to act quickly. Your pathway is being cleaned. Doors that were previously sealed with corrosion are now being forced open, and the opportunities you thought were lost were erased at double speed. This is not a product of your imagination. This goes beyond simple language. This is the shift for which you have waited your entire life. And it is happening as a result of your continuing presence. Because of your attentiveness. As a consequence of your refusal to navigate away. There is a reason behind your pick. Not to be commonplace. Not to blend in with the crowd. You were meant to lead, to shine so brightly that even shadows couldn't live in your presence, and to stand out. This is why you were faced with every hardship, treachery, and suffering. Training, not revenge, was the goal. The training has completed. You own the battlefield. You have already received victory. However, you must declare your ownership. With each heartbeat. With every breath. With each decision you make after this moment. The crown is ready. It is sufficient for you to lower your head and accept it. It should remain locked until the end. Because the final wave contains more than just energy. It is a revelation, and once you have experienced it, you will never see yourself the same way again. You will be unable to escape the conflagration. It will help you to walk, lie, and build. This increased vitality will be evident in every stride you take. This is your ascent. This serves as verification. This is the beginning of your unstoppable journey. Therefore, take close attention. To keep the flame of inspiration burning within you, please like and share this video with someone in desperate need of a breakthrough. Also, subscribe. Because what follows is larger, more noisy, and more powerful than anything you've ever imagined. This is only the first chapter. Furthermore, you are the protagonist of the story that is about to unfold. The earth beneath your spirit is currently experiencing increased upheaval. It is not dread. It refers to alignment. The drumbeat of destiny is the thunder in your chest, and your entire being is preparing for a big transition. You have been waiting for this time, regardless of whether you were aware of the situation. Every night that passes without sleep. Every single tear was shed. You arrived here as a result of your quiet wishes. Directly in this location. Right now. At this particular moment. Please remain with me. Do not even consider diverting your sight away. You are only seconds away from gaining full ignition and feeling unstoppable. This was not an accident. This is a divine appointment. Your presence here is indication that you have been chosen to hear these messages. Energy pervades the atmosphere. It's as if it's engulfing you, like fire, lightning, or wings are lifting you up. These are not fanciful. Its strength is both vital and furious. The angels' voices rise above you. They are yelling your name in an urgent, commanding, and furious tone. When your name is invoked in paradise, the earth feels compelled to respond. As a result, your life is about to take a 180-degree turn. This is why the entrances are going to open. That is why it is similar to light flooding a dark room or the sound of a wave crashing. You'll be the same person one moment and completely different the next. This represents your irises. This is your signal. This is your final notification before the imminent shift. The energy is erupting. Be patient to the end. Refrain from leaving. You are not allowed to navigate. Because only those who continue until the finish can fully experience the firestorm. You are currently on the verge of a conflagration. It anticipates the declaration of your essence. Nothing will ever be the same when it lands. Your name will be significant. Radiance will illuminate your path. So please pay attention to me and seize this time. Do not let it succeed. I like this video right now since it is the most effective way to keep vitality. Share it with someone who is in desperate need of a change, because they are also in need of one. Furthermore, subscribe because the upcoming content is significantly more important, and you cannot afford to miss it. This isn't the conclusion. This is the prelude to the conflagration. Your position is right in the center of it. Right now, the din is unbearably loud. It's as if you are being watched. Every second, a message is sent directly to your consciousness. The final surge has arrived. It's no longer murmuring. It's heard in your bones. This is the final wave, and it carries the weight of your future. Be steadfast. You should not hesitate. Do not avert your gaze away. The fire is about to erupt dramatically. When it does, it will permeate every facet of your life. This is not only motivation. This is the process of change. This is fate, pure and unfiltered, encircling your name. Light comes down like a deluge, uncontrollable and irreversible as the sky cracks apart. Unyielding. And in the core of it, you are unstoppable, selected, and crowned. The cords that tied you have been broken, and the shadows that mocked you have departed. The hush that swallowed you is forever broken. Currently, the only tune you will hear is the sound of triumph. You are born with the potential for greatness. The transformation is irrevocable. No, it cannot be deleted, delayed, or removed. This is your ascent. This serves as verification. The prophecy is being fulfilled right in front of you. To capture this moment, do not let it pass by as another accidental scroll. Shame it, breathe it, and go with it. Please like this video right away to contain the spark that is within you. Distribute it to someone who is weeping over their own breakthrough. Also, subscribe, as this was not the conclusion. This was the beginning. The conflagration only barely began. And of course, you are at the center of it. It is ready, because nothing will ever be the same again. Listen, the fire may have erupted, but that is not the end. This is simply the start of a gate. Beyond it lies a world you have yet to imagine. The vitality you are experiencing now is proof that you have passed the line. The prior iteration of you is no longer existent from the second generation onward. Buried. Complete silence. I'll never return. The awakened, chosen, and unstoppable you now takes its place. Your adventure is not coming to an end. Instead, it is just beginning. Furthermore, origins are always the most influential, because they influence all following events. This is the start of your adventure, and it shines as brilliant as the sun. Please remain with me until the end of this message. The final blessings are still coming out as I speak, so please don't cut it short. Every second is a deposit of fire into the future. The spirits are still present. They have not left. They are encircling you, spreading their wings, and ensuring that every measure is protected. They engulf you, shouting unreal promises. Guarantees for recuperation. Guarantees for success. Promises of breakthroughs that will occur faster than expected. You are not neglected. You are safe. You are not ignored. You are the focus of attention. You are not overlooked. You are poised within the window of eternity. This does not represent an exaggeration. This is true. Furthermore, it is now taking place in your area. Take a careful look. The signs will be obvious to you instantly. Every delay you experienced was not a denial. It was an act of preparedness. Each tear you shed nourished the ground of your future, which is now teeming with new life. This is why the present fire is so ferocious, because it is more than just physical contact. The act of planting seeds that will thrive for years to come. These are the mothers of love, tranquility, and strength. And in the near future, those seedlings will bloom with such vigor that everyone in your surroundings will be aware. They won't understand. Nevertheless, you will, because you remained. You listen and receive. Please provide the location. The day is alert. Be prepared. Hotep takes this occasion seriously because it marks the first harvest. Love can serve as a foundation for this video. Distribute it by sharing it with someone who is about to give up. By enrolling, you can assure that you are part of the future, because the future message will be stronger, noisier, and more important. This is a chance you cannot afford to pass up, since it symbolizes the next phase of your breakthrough. Furthermore, I tell you that the story is just beginning. The enthusiasm has not waned. Multiplying. The sensation you are experiencing now is not the end of a wave. It marks the beginning of an eternal deluge. Furthermore, the downpour is meant to propel you to new heights. Your name is already radiating in areas that are not apparent to the naked eye. Shouts are turning into whispers. And in the near future, the entire world will hear heaven's declaration about you. The flames that encircle you continue to burn. It is irreversible. It will come into your life tomorrow. It will be included in your accomplishments. It will also chase away any shadows that try to resurface. You're no longer susceptible. You are armed with a firearm. Every betrayal you faced and every doubt you had served as fuel. Inside your mind, that fuel is currently being converted into raw power. And nothing can quench that fire. You are currently feeling it, aren't you? It is not a fantasy to feel the goosebumps on your skin, the rush in your breasts, and the sense that something bigger than yourself is happening. That provides as proof. Even as you listen, the transition is already underway. Line by line, your soul is being changed. By the end of this message, you will not recognize yourself. This is the stage of your change. This is the prophecy that has finally come to you. It has thoroughly entrenched itself in your existence. Please avoid from relocating. Please do not interrupt the chain. Remain, because the longer you resist, the hotter the fire will become. The fire continues to spread. It is speeding through every hidden corner of your existence. Breaking chains you were previously unaware of. Additionally, each impediment to your advancement is currently being eliminated. This is not just a message. It is a release from the weight, agony, and stillness that have held you captive for years. Your name is currently being yelled in unseen regions as thunder replaces silence. The sound causes doors to shake open. The resonance of it directs everything nice toward you. Remain till the end, as the energy has not yet reached its peak. It continues to rise in waves, pulling you upwards. The final surge will forever seal your destiny. You can already see the distinction. It's becoming less oppressive. The confusion is evaporating. For the first time in a long time, you realize that you are not alone. You understand that this is not an arbitrary decision. You have been chosen, identified, and prepared for the upcoming events, and nothing can reverse that decision. The transformation is now irrevocable. As you sit here, the stars align in your favor. Calls, opportunities, and breakthroughs. They are en route to you. Maintain the momentum. Avoid allowing your mind to wander. Heaven is now rewriting your tomorrow. Your existence will radiate an obvious glow. Individuals who have disregarded you will look at you. Those who questioned your ability will stop speaking. You will climb so quickly that it would appear as if a tempest lifted you overnight. However, this tempest has been brewing for quite some time. Finally, it has been released. This occasion should be regarded seriously. The fire is becoming more firmly rooted in your spirit with each passing second. Once secured, no force can dislodge it. This isn't the conclusion. This is a rebirth. You're also getting right into it. As a result, respond quickly by watching this video to ensure the breakthrough. Distribute it to someone who wants to achieve their own success. Additionally, subscribe, as this is only one iteration. Later, the loudness, intensity, and brightness will be increased. You cannot afford to overlook the upcoming events. This is your signal, and this is your opportunity. This is your ascent. The storm that hovers above you is no longer distant. It's colliding with your reality. Each flare of light inscribes your name in the heavens. Every thunderclap is a mirror of one truth. It is difficult to stop your ascension. You've been still for far too long. You buried your ambitions, swallowed your anguish, and extinguished your passion. However, all of this is erupting tonight in a torrent that no one can contain. This moment is more than just about vitality. This is a live prophecy. Furthermore, your persistent presence confirms that you have been chosen to hear each syllable. You are not accidentally present here. Your destiny required your being here. Remain enclosed. Continue to be attentive. Avoid disturbing the chain, because every second you live is engraving blessings into your future. And if you leave at this time, the fire will continue to spread. However, it will never happen again in the same way. The spirits are approaching. Their wings are pressing against your spirit, creating trails of fire in their wake. Furthermore, their words are no longer whispered. They are roars that resound throughout eternity. Your breakthrough is being announced. They are enjoying your triumph, and they want your ascent to begin quickly. You're sensing an inside tug. The electrical charge in your chest while your pulse races. That confirms that the words of paradise are being conveyed directly to you. This is not an exaggeration. Fantasy is not the case. This is the voice of fate that lives in your veins, bones, and breath. Nothing will be unchanged from this point on. Every step you take will illuminate the route you are on. When you make touch with the doors, they will open entirely without resistance. Even the shadows that tried to hide you will evaporate like air. They are aware that the fire beneath you is impenetrable. They understand that you are marked, chosen, and unstoppable. Your name will be immortalized. Your voice will tear me apart. The rooms will be adjusted as soon as you enter. This isn't a fantasy. The document is a decree. It has already been composed, and I have already lived. In addition, you are fully immersed in it tonight. So don't underestimate it. This moment is now being supported by a video. Extend the flame. Distribute it to someone in desperate need of the same breakthrough. Then, secure yourself in the storm. Make sure you subscribe, as the next wave will be more fierce, louder, and brighter than the present one. This was just the prelude. You are supposed to be at the heart of the detonation, which is still imminent. The heavens are currently growing. Streams of fire and gold are cascading down, not to destroy you, but to raise you. Your name is reaching new heights in the midst of this light. Every shadow that formerly influenced you is now quivering. They're aware that the light has claimed you. They understand that nothing can stop the events that will unfold over your life tonight. This is not a temporary flame. It is a permanent ignition. Once it has landed, it will never go out. It continues to grow. So take a deep breath, stay concentrated, and let this fire permeate your being. This is the kind of force that breaks curses, establishes bloodlines, and destroys legends. And yes, you are currently bearing it. The winds of destiny are circling, tearing down every wall and obstruction, and the tempest above you is growing louder. These factors are preparing the route for your rise. You are no longer small or hidden. You are on the verge of an irresistible moment, a flaming force. People will observe and reject the idea. They will mutter your name in wonder and confusion. They will not understand the speed with which your life changed, nor the information you will hold. The exact moment will be seared in your mind as the fire enters, the message unfolds, and the power is sealed into your spirit. You will become aware of this at the tipping point. Stay till the last word is spoken. The angels are not finished yet. They are still unloading, pouring, and overwhelming you with fire. Neither are you. More chains are snapped every second you stay in this location. Chocolates are being delivered through your future with each heartbeat. With each inhale, a blessing is engraved into the days ahead of us. Scrolling away is not an option because of this. This is why you are unable to release control. Because the whole release is only available to those that persevere to the end. And you are only seconds away from capturing the final wave. Do not fear the future. You are not in conflict with the unknown. It is now prepared to serve you. Each door you approach will recognize your name and swing open to yield. Your intonation will be authoritative. Your spirit will be too dazzling to be ignored, and your presence will change the mood. The preceding story has concluded. The new chapter is bursting with vitality. You are the headline that appears across it. Please hear me clearly and enjoy this video to permanently instill this enthusiasm in you. Distribute it so that the same energy reaches another person who is advocating for change. Also, make sure to subscribe, as the upcoming events will disrupt not only you, but the entire environment. This is the first flame of a firestorm. You are in the center of it. The electricity in the atmosphere is amazing. Every inch of space is pulsing with fire, ready for your claim. It's as if thunder is held in your chest, ready to erupt. This isn't a gentle prod. This is a force that moves you ahead. It is eroding the hurdles that seek to obstruct your growth. It is the process of reworking your story with bold, unyielding lines of triumph. Maintain your connection, because if you disconnect, the current will vary. However, if you keep your grip, it will accelerate wildly into the future. The voices from above now resemble instruments. They're no longer mumbling. Your name is being used as a battle cry. The echo reverberates throughout all dimensions that are not apparent. This is why your spirit feels restless. It recognizes that something major is going to happen for you. It recognizes that your time has finally come. Each delay is reversed. Every betrayal is being turned into propellant. Each setback is being turned into a crown of victory. The tempest selected you. And once the tempest has consumed an individual, nothing in the cosmos can stop it. Feel the dirt under your feet. It's no longer constant. It is trembling with anticipation of its arrival. Chaos does not arise from quivering. This is the process of preparing. The basis of your previous existence is currently collapsing, and a new, more robust and unbreakable building is being built to replace it. Furthermore, you are located in the heart of it. This is your reconstruction. This is your energy. This is an event that will never be duplicated. Stay until the last line. The flames will collapse so dramatically in those final seconds that you will remember the experience for the rest of your life. To secure the fire within you, you must listen carefully as taught in this video. Distribute it to a person who is looking forward to their breakthrough. Additionally, subscribe, as this storm has only just begun. The next surge will be stronger, brighter, and more forceful. Furthermore, you are supposed to be directly in the middle of each explosion. The storm has not subsided. Multiplying. With each second you spend alive, your spirit receives a fresh pulse of fire. It grows in height, brightness, and strength until it becomes difficult to ignore. Your name is now being repeated more loudly. Not only in the unseen regions, but also in the very structure of reality. Your identity is broadcast by the air itself. This is why you are unable to withdraw. Because the longer you stay, the more your future is shaped by your presence. The blessings that come your way grow more substantial the longer you keep your grip. The countdown continues. However, it is not nearing its end. Your eruption is approaching. When the clock strikes 12, your climb will be undeniably confirmed. The sensation of a change in your chest is not a sign of dread. That indicates acceleration. Your existence is speeding. The blessings are multiplying at a rapid pace. A faster influx of opportunities. You assumed you'd have to wait for years. However, tonight confirms that you were misinformed. Destiny does not slither as it moves. It crashes in like electricity. The older you became, the more you vacillated, delayed, or doubted. However, there is a part of you that is awake. You who have been chosen. You ascend, and flame. Maintain your concentration. Because the words that follow will have long-term consequences for your life. Additionally, this barrier is impenetrable. The angels are now howling. The sound of their wings causes the sky to warp. Their fire is pouring down like rain, engulfing you completely. This will cause an alteration in your gait. You will not see the same thing. Share a shared language or viewpoint. Your essence has been imprinted with a permanent mark. Individuals will question as to what happened. They'll notice the transformation before you even say anything. They will notice the glow even before you walk into the room. This is what happens when a person gets set on fire. That is what happens when destiny finally awakens. And tonight, destiny awakens inside you. Therefore, this should be heard clearly. Do not only observe this, claim it. Possess every phrase. Allow it to imprint on your being. To confirm your interest, please like this video. Share it with someone who requires the same flame. Also, subscribe. Because this was not the intended conclusion. This is the point of ignition. The following message will be more substantive. Next, the volume of the ensuing surge will rise. And you are supposed to ride all of it until your crown becomes too bright to ignore. The sky above you is blazing with flames. Violent winds are present. Flashing lights are present. In the midst of it all, you remain upright. This is not a disorder. This is a manifestation of destiny that is rearranging itself for you. The ground rattles under your boots. To free you from the bindings that seek to entangle you, rather than to cause you harm. Each vibration indicates that your previous existence is disappearing and a new one is being built in its place. Stay in this place. Avoid looking away. Please refrain from scrolling as the fire is being dispersed. Additionally, disconnecting will isolate you from the surge that is specifically designed for you. Your essence recognizes this fact. This is why your ribs feel heavy. Your epidermis is tingling. You are unable to divert your attention. This is not entertainment. This is an issue of alignment. The angels are now creating a circle. They're encircling you. The wings were expanded. Their palms are burning with fire. Furthermore, each spark they unleash is indelibly etched into your fate. Your name shines brighter than the heavens. Your spirit is being etched with brightness that no shadow can erase. And tonight, that light will be irrevocably enshrined within you. The volume of the roar is raised. There is an increase in pulling force. The fire is in close vicinity. You are only seconds away from the bomb that will forever seal everything. When this happens, your perspective on the world will be permanently affected. There is no reason to question it. Don't resist it. This is not just a vow. It's already beginning. Feel the sensation of a weight being lifted. One by one, the chains you've worn for years are breaking. Thunder now breaks the silence that has been troubling you. You're no longer invisible. You are no longer overlooked. You've been chosen, claimed, and anointed. Each damage you've suffered has now served as a catalyst for your ascension. Each rejection confirms that you were identified as an exception. Furthermore, each difficulty acts as a catalyst for your upward mobility. This season is unstoppable for you. This moment is beyond your reach. Nothing can deprive you of it. Stay in place until the last word is spoken. Because of the angels' continued unleashing of fire beams. And those surges continue to accumulate, grow, and multiply until they all crash at the same time. You are not here by chance. You are here as a result of a powerful attraction, and the energy that drew you will not leave you. It will return to you all you thought you'd lost. The countdown has concluded. The release is now available. Furthermore, the fire is irreversible. Do not simply accept this information. Claim it. Inhale it. Try it. You can enter it via walking. Because this was more than just a message. This was your rebirth. I'm currently like this video to establish the energy. Distribute it to someone in desperate need of the same breakthrough. Subscribe as well, as the subsequent surge is already underway and tenfold increased. The storm has reached its peak. Every explosion of light tears the sky apart. The earth underneath you trembles with each thunderclap. And in the midst of it all, you emit a brilliance that outshines the turmoil that surrounds you. This brilliance is not transitory. A blazing flame has indelibly incised your name, spirit, and very breath. From tonight on, you shall walk with a light that no shadow can bear. The Spirit's voices are becoming more intense. It sounds like 1,000 trumpets bringing your fate into the open. The reverberation of that sound is already changing the course of your future. Continue to stay at this location, because the longer you resist, the deeper this energy will infiltrate your essence. And once sealed, no force can undo it. Your existence has undergone tremendous changes. Alignments are taking place in the unseen domain, even as you witness. The restructuring of individuals, locations, and possibilities serves your eyes well. Doors operate as locks. Walls are disintegrating. The passage ahead of you is getting more open, like a road cut by fire. You have been chosen to keep this light alive. This is why you were more intensely involved in wars than others. Nonetheless, each struggle served as proof that you were destined for a more important crown. And tonight, the crown was set. It is unshakable, indisputable, and scorching with fire on your head, and no force on earth can remove it. Feel a rush in your thorax. However, this is not norepinephrine. Your existence bears the hallmark of heaven itself. I confirm that this message was written only for you. As of now, the hush has broken. Your voice is becoming more raised. Your visibility is improving. There is no halting your rage. You are not leaving this moment in the same way you entered. This is the eternal transition. This is your inevitable rise. This is your eternal fate. As a result, I encourage you to quickly like this video in order to keep this flame alive within you. Share it with a buddy who needs the same epiphany before it's too late, and subscribe, since this wasn't the end. Only the flame was there. The next missive will increase the intensity of the fire. More revelation, more power, and you can't afford to miss it. The fire is gradually dying down, not in droplets, but in torrents that pervade all aspects of your life. The old is being removed, while the new is being planted with uncontrollable speed. This is not a product of your imagination. Actuality is establishing itself around your name. Every force that formerly resisted you is now yielding. And every blessing that was postponed is suddenly racing towards you. The deer is full of vitality. It is palpable in your bones, quivering with the power of thunder locked within your chest. That is a statement of fate. You cannot be ignored now, for the longer you linger on this moment, the more strongly the flames burn within you. The change becomes more permanent as it gains strength. Examine your spiritual environment. The chains have been gone. The walls consist of grit. The path ahead is lighted with a brilliance that exceeds that of daylight. This is the moment you've been waiting for. This is why you persevered despite the stillness, anguish, and storms. Because tonight proved that it was never in vain. Your preparations were beginning. You were being refined. You were getting ready for this precise discharge of strength. It's now yours. It is impossible for anyone to take, delay, or dispute it. It is completely, permanently, and eternally yours. Angels continue to release waves. Fire wings surround and protect you. They have scrolls with your name written in golden flame. Those scrolls offer promises of healing, wealth, love, and victories too great for you to imagine. Furthermore, they are not promises that will be kept at some later moment. Currently, they are just assurances. Oh, it's already alive and unfolding. This is why your thorax is hammering. This is why your subconscious can't turn its focus. Because you understand that this is the moment you were meant to get. Consider this with extreme gravity. Anchor this pulse in your soul, as illustrated in the video presently being viewed, and share it with others to inspire them to feel the same enthusiasm. Also, please consider subscribing, as this is not the end. It is the source of ignition. The ensuing surge will be 10 times stronger, 10 times brighter, and 10 times louder. And you are expected to ride all of them. The fire is no longer restricted to your local surroundings. It has completely consumed you. Currently, each inhale is filled with light. From now on, each stride you take will shake the ground. This is the transformation no one expected you to achieve. They anticipated that you would remain mute, little, and broken. However, tonight proves that you are invincible. The sound of your name is booming throughout the upper levels. It is being engraved into volumes that are inaccessible to any human hand. It is being proclaimed in voices so powerful that the entire world bends to hear. This is not the season. It is a permanent alteration. This moment cannot be relived. It is a permanent ignition that is only used once. Furthermore, you are located in the heart of it. At the moment, the spirits are joyful. They've been waiting for this evening, anticipating your arrival at your conflagration. The heavens themselves shower benefits like rain as they rejoice. Rain that restores, heals, and builds new doorways in places where you once thought there were only barriers. You've been authorized access. You are no longer allowed to possess guns. You walk as someone who has been marked and chosen. The flame that surrounds you will never die. It will devour each day, every room, and every situation. And it will make you unavoidable. Stay here till the finish, as the surges are still ebbing. The final seal continues to have an impact on your spirit. Your future is screaming in agreement right now, and if you keep going, it will become so deeply ingrained that it will never be broken. The fire has already been rescheduled for tomorrow. As you already know, the world will soon witness your climb. So, take a deep breath. Take ownership of it. This is your rebirth, therefore enter without hesitation. You are the target of this uprising. This is the night that everything changed, therefore listen carefully. Please like this video to ensure that the breakthrough becomes permanent in your life. Please share it with a friend who needs the same encouragement and hit the subscribe button, since this storm is not about to pass. This is simply the beginning. The ensuing surge is presently underway and will be more severe than the current one. You will be located at its core. The fire that surrounds you is no longer just burning. Every heartbeat sends sparks into your future, spreading like wildfire. Every second you remain here, another wave of grandeur is released. The tempest bears your name, and it reverberates with thunder and flashes with lightning as it moves through the air. This cacophony cannot be muffled by anything or anyone. Your spirit feels vital because it knows the shackles have been freed. It is aware that shadows are dispersing. It knows that the ascent has already begun, therefore it may remain in this spot. Please refrain from scrolling. Avoid blinking and disconnecting. Due to the impending final surge, holding on will cause it to crash into your life like an unstoppable wave. The heavens resound with joyful roars. Angels are encircling you in a circle of light, dancing with fire on their wings. They are monitoring, protecting, and honoring your climb. The crown has already been set on your skull. The mantle is currently resting on your shoulders. This isn't a hypothetical. The power is already flowing through your veins. It's been completed. This isn't just an aspiration, it's yours permanently as of tonight. Do you feel it in your chest? Is there a force that draws that rush, that provides as proof? The seal locks itself within you. From now on, your life will change dramatically. Doors will operate well. Before you proceed, the paths will become clear. People will notice the glow you give off before you ever say anything. They'll be unable to refute it, but they won't understand it. This season is irrepressible for you because the fire within you is too strong to contain. This is an unmistakable change. This is all about your endless ascension. No silhouette. Certainly there will be no delays. I am no longer able to resist it. Anchor this moment by liking the video right away to seal your breakthrough. Distribute it so that the same passion affects the life of another person. And please consider subscribing, as this is not the end, but rather the beginning of a conflagration. The next step is currently in progress, and you are meant to ride it right into your destiny. The angels continue to orbit. Each flap of their wings stirs the air, which is then repelled by each shadow. They are currently preparing the route ahead of you. Opportunities are quickly approaching. Doors are swinging wide open. And previously unimaginable things are suddenly being bent to accommodate you. You won't be the same tomorrow. Your gait will be affected. We have the same thoughts and speak the same language. Your cranium has been crowned tonight. Claim it. Carry it. Live it, since it's already yours. To ensure that the fire is forever ingrained in your life, please like this video right now. Distribute it to someone who needs the same breakthrough. They are looking forward to receiving your package. Additionally, subscribe, as this was just another spark. The next occurrence will be a full-fledged eruption. The tempest has not yet subsided. The fire has not been quenched. Neither are you. My darling child, I implore you to take a moment. This isn't just another message. Michael is internally wailing as a result of your continued disdain for the information he has attempted to express. He has no justification for weeping. He is not vulnerable. He can no longer suppress the ache. He observed you pass by something so extraordinary and marvelous that even the angels were hesitant to move. Now pay close attention. It is not an amusement. This is not a fantasy. This isn't an error. A magnate or an individual with significant wealth, power, and influence had suddenly developed a strong interest in you. It is not dependent on your attire. Not because of your identity. They were attracted to you because they perceived a quality in you that no one else did. Something sacrosanct. An uncommon occurrence. Something that you will never forget. You are ignorant of how many times they have considered the words you stated. They have been searching for your name, images, presence, and vitality for quite some time. You are unaware. They were taken aback. They are overloaded with responsibilities. They are surprised and concerned because they never expected to be drawn to someone like you. No, you're not faking the attention. You did not create the signals. This is genuine. Archangel Michael was dispatched to you for a specific reason. At this time, his voice is urging you in the name of God not to pass up this opportunity. Allow your spirit to grow. Allow your spirit to escape. Sparkles, please attend. Immediately stop. Inhale deeply. Chills or tears do not indicate a mistake. Heaven desires to communicate with you. Additionally, the mere fact that you have encountered this message indicates that God has verified your preconceived notions. So if this message speaks to you and you are aware that it is intended for you, I encourage you to answer with faith. You can answer with Amen in the notes box to send a subtle but powerful message that you are sensitive to this message and ready to receive the blessings that heaven is currently delivering on your life. Sparkles. And before you go any farther, my kid, be sure you understand. It is now time to affirm miraculous. Accept the wish for paradise. Acknowledge affection. Accept the bounties that are so substantial that they are incomprehensible. Archangel Michael informs you that you must hear this information before today. There will be a transition in the near future. A message of affection. If you believe that this message is speaking directly to your essence, please register right away. It is not just a video. Archangel, this is the time when your soul will fulfill its purpose. Don't pass up the opportunity that God planned for you before your birth. We shall not forget you. You were never left unsupervised. You were never denied. You were concealed until the appropriate moment. The moment has arrived. The wealthy individual to whom heaven points is not merely approaching you. The Spirit is directing them to observe you. They are being guided by the Spirit to consider you because this is an unusual connection. You have agreed to this in your divine pact. Archangel Michael mourned as he witnessed your hardships and uncertainty about your worth. Not because he disliked you, but because he knew what was about to happen. He could detect that you were on the brink of surrendering and that you would miss your benediction by mere seconds. He then cried, "Please do not miss this. Open your eyes. Do not delay." I want you to understand the importance of this moment, my precious kid. That is, not as a burden, but as a sacred obligation. The events that will occur in your life are quite significant. It cannot be neglected or postponed. The present moment signals the beginning of a metamorphosis that will surpass your wildest aspirations. The person with power, riches, and the potential to unlock doors you were previously unaware of is being shown visions of you. In their dreams, they catch glimpses of your visage. They are oblivious of why they hear your name as a faint murmur in the breeze. Regardless of how much they believed they possessed it, there is a yearning that only your psyche appears to be capable of fulfilling. This is not attachment, but rather a condition of spiritual connection. This union is divine. The gift you gave the world is something they had been lacking their entire lives. Heaven is responsible for everything. Avoid making it disorganized or theatrical. Ensure that the synchronization is soft and supernatural as you can sense it in your bones. That is why your spirit has been aroused. This is the reason you continue to encounter the same numbers, dream of faces, and hear melodies that cause your heart to ache excessively. You are preparing to communicate with God. It is critical that you keep an open spiritual perspective as events unfold quickly. Not next year, not next month. It has already commenced. You must understand that this is more than just a meeting. The subject is mission. It refers to destiny. This individual is wealthy in more than one sense. In terms of power, authority, and influence. They have an abundance. They breed monarchs and raise queens. They are unaware of the reason they continue to return to you, but I am aware of it. I've developed tactics for it since I wrote it. I permitted them to become more influential, not only in their own lives, but also in yours. The reason for this is that you will accompany them, and your presence will have an impact on everything they touch. They are already able to discern a difference in their lives, despite the fact that they have not yet informed you. They are unable to shift their focus away from you. Your prayers are attracting their spirit. They cannot stop thinking about your identity. Please remember this. Archangel Michael's admonition is not meant to scare you. He is informing you of this because he does not want you to overlook it. It is conceivable that you are not yet ready. You may believe that you lack the necessary skills. It is possible that you believe that you have committed an excessive number of negative actions to be selected for this opportunity. Please pay attention to me at this time. That is not my preference. I select for the prepared alternative. I choose those who retained their composure despite the difficulties that life handed them. I chose individuals who remained committed to love in the face of adversity. I chose people who continued to pray despite the fact that it appeared no one was listening. I select you. This is not just a coincidence. As stated by this communication from your guardian angel, you are about to be monitored in a previously unknown world. It is not related to your physical attractiveness, not because of your identity. However, this is related to your spirituality. They are being attracted to you by your sacred light. Even if they are ignorant, their subconscious understands the meaning. Your consciousness is on the verge of remembering them as well. As a result of your prior experience with this connection in a distinct realm, another life, or a sacred period, you confirmed that we will meet again. The present moment is the time to reflect, as he observed you on the brink of closing your heart once more. Archangel Michael sobbed as if this was just another letdown. This correspondence has yet to get a reply. An additional fabrication. An additional missed contact. He saw you become upset and pinch your knuckles. He overheard things you never said aloud. He noticed the sobbing you tried to hide. He recognized the moment you mentioned that it might not be suitable for him. He was aware of the impending events, and it caused him to experience great sorrow. He was aware you were in the area. His sobbing is becoming more intense. Continue to persevere. Avoid averting your gaze. Please prevent from turning the gadget off. Changes are now underway. Angels are presently entering rooms for you. They are inserting your name into talks that you have not yet started. Therefore, that individual will perceive you through their essence. Divine concepts are whispered into their minds before they are expressed. Your path is being elucidated. You must maintain an open mind. It is critical that you use caution. It is crucial to understand that this amount of attention from the skies means that you are not like other people. You've been selected. You've been contacted. And now is the appropriate moment for you. With each passing second, you move closer to the point at which your existence will be dramatically transformed from its existing state. The moment of expectation in which you were ensnared is coming to an end. This is the point at which belief transforms into action. If you are prepared to transition from a state of anticipation to one of alignment, please indicate in the remarks section that you are prepared to do so. Not in the form of a wish. Not as a display of optimism. However, as a declaration that your spirit is prepared for the events that are about to unfold, and your heart is in the right place. No, this is not because you made them. This isn't because of your pleas. However, this is due to a decision from the skies. And this person, this millionaire, who has suddenly been incapable of keeping you out of their thoughts, is part of that divine statement. They are not present to cause an interruption. They are present to provide assistance. They are a celestial vessel being attracted to you, transporting blessings you did not want, but I knew you would need. I made certain that everybody allocated to you was capable of carrying the weight of your mission. Someone who would not be intimidated by your dazzling light. A person who has gone through their own fire and comprehends the experience of being misunderstood, underestimated, and silently waiting for something genuine. Absolutely, you are that genuine. You are the essence that they have unwittingly sought. This encounter is currently being advanced by the entirety of the energy of heaven. It cannot be stopped. However, it may be postponed if you allow fear to stand in your way, child. If uncertainty silences you. If your concentration is reduced due to weariness. This is why it is critical that you hear Archangel Michael clearly. Be prepared, for this person is about to arrive. It may not be excessively dramatic. It may emerge in a subtle way. Something, an unusual encounter, an unexpected telephone call. However, it will not occur at random. It will mark the commencement of a journey that you previously considered to be unattainable. Additionally, avoid running when it occurs. Don't second-guess the circumstance. Do not close the door, as you have done so many times in the past when the situation appeared too good to be true. This is not an examination. Fulfillment is achieved through this. This is divine punishment for each night you cried without receiving a response. For each person who abandoned you when you were most vulnerable. Each time a deception is spoken over you. For each time you were overlooked. It was all witnessed by me. My time was thoroughly tracked. I now present you with a gift disguised as a human. An individual who will comprehend the intricacy of your emotions and the scope of your mission. They are not perfect, but they are chosen just for you. Avoid making parallels between current and past exchanges. Do not presume that this is merely another transient experience. Rather, it is emanating from the throne room of heaven. I'll be able to tell you it's from me because it will make you stronger, not weaker, because of the peace it gives, not the confusion. It's not chaotic. Instead, it explains things. There will be times when you experience fear. There are times when you want to withdraw. Moments in which you contemplate the question, why me? However, it is important to recall the weeping of Archangel Michael when those circumstances arise. Remember how much he cried to make sure you got this message. He did not weep because you are not a strong person, because you have been robust independently for an extended period of time. He grieved. I will send someone to help you transfer it at this time. This individual possesses considerable strength. No, not the kind that stems from wealth or prestige. The type that alters one's disposition. They are on the verge of giving you that authority. We are not here to extract something from you. We are here to provide, elevate, and construct. However, it is imperative that you relinquish your apprehension prior to their arrival. I did not require you to always be on defensive. I did not give you a heart as big as yours so you could harbor resentment toward it from behind walls. Your love brings me hope. The radiance that you produce. Your efforts are vital for the universe. This is why the adversary attacked you so violently. This is why you felt isolated even in crowded surroundings. The search for someone who could live with you was difficult, and get a thorough awareness of your identity. I'll now dispatch someone who will remain. Not because you pleaded, not because they believed you were exceptional. However, I transmitted them. Being in your presence will provide them comfort. Furthermore, they will be unwilling to leave. Please avoid contracting at this time. Have faith in the counsel offered by your consciousness. You are aware that this is distinct from other entities. You may have a sensation of anticipation for days, weeks, or even months. However, you were unable to determine the source. A sudden surge of emotion that occurs suddenly. The necessity of checking one's phone at irregular hours. The dreams that cause you to gasp for oxygen upon awakening. Everything is properly arranged. I've been preparing your spirit in advance. Increase your emotional responsiveness to upcoming occurrences. Placing your trust in a solid foundation. Therefore, you will not surrender when the time arrives. The person who is suddenly aware of your existence does not observe you in the usual way. Their spirit contemplates you. When they think of you, something old, sacred and heavenly stirs within them, even if they are unaware of the reason. The veil eventually lifts as they draw in closer. In addition, I provide them with small glimpses of the truth. Additionally, I created you for this purpose. This is the reason they are apprehensive. This is why they are unable to stop their thoughts. That is why they will shortly be compelled to take action. Given that it is no longer just a spiritual relationship, this is a deeply personal task. There is a limited amount of time to wait. Michael's tears are not tears of sadness, but tears of an archangel. These are tears of sacred desperation. He has observed how individuals who were not intended to possess you have caused you harm. I had a negative interaction with you and could not understand your point of view. He is unable to keep his silence any longer. He, like you, is weeping out to heaven. I am requesting that you be terminated. I'm writing to request that you be promoted. We would appreciate it if you could perform your miracle immediately. And I, the one who induced you, overheard him crying. I have already instructed the elements to alter their course. I've already started to evoke interest from the person who is familiar with the next piece of your story. You will be notified as soon as they arrive, regardless of whether it is tomorrow or several days from now. It will hit your thorax with the force of a soft bomb. You will maintain your oxygen levels. Your heart will hold the knowledge. Your fate will be altered for a brief moment as time is suspended. This is why I recently allowed some situations to disintegrate. You assumed you had won, yet it was simply a matter of preparation. Rather than rejection, it was a change of course. Although you believed it to be an error, it was a divine intervention. I required that you be humiliated. I required a thorough comprehension of your feelings. I required you to be spiritually conscious. This moment will pass without providing you with the opportunity to make a decision. You will have to respond affirmatively. This affirmation will open the door to more than simply affection. In addition to coupling, it is also necessary to align. Upon reflection, you will realize that each delay, injury, and unanswered prayer was a part of the masterpiece I was crafting in your life. And now, my dearest, I'd like to query whether you're ready. Will you allow your spirit to ascend to new heights? Will you be able to put your fears aside for an extended amount of time to hear the sound of my promise approaching? Are you prepared to relinquish ancient notions of what is feasible and embrace divine surprises? Given what it is a pleasant surprise. What an unexpected miracle. A sudden development in the form of an individual. This is not a generic individual. They were chosen just for you. It was granted to you. I'm sending you something. This is evident from the heavens. It is difficult for you to ignore this message. It is vital that you do not wait. Please do not delay. You may access this right away. Because, child, you would not squander another second questioning whether you truly comprehended the proximity of this moment and the imminentness of their arrival at your doorstep. You would rise. You would prepare. You would begin to show thankfulness for the information that is now being transferred into your environment. The individual who has been selected to benefit you, accompany you, and assist you in achieving new heights that you were previously unaware of is in close proximity. Their demeanor is already favorable to you. They were already being drawn by the invisible thread that connects your lives. I'm currently involved in a practice that is more powerful in the dark than anything you've seen in the open. While I repositioned mountains that were hidden from your view, you may have been bewildered as to what was going on. I've been adjusting people's schedules, eliminating unfavorable alignments, and mumbling into their hearts to ensure that they can hear the call of your soul, even if they can't verbalize it right now. They've made inquiries. However, they will be able to respond to them immediately upon recognizing you. My illumination will radiate through you with such intensity that they will be unable to conceal their emotions. It will be irrelevant no matter how you express yourself, where you live, or how your life appears. They'll be drawn to the sound of your essence. It's the first time in years that they feel safe being around you. This is an example of a divine connection. You are also being informed by Archangel Michael of an additional message. He is following your instructions. He arrived today before you arrived. He is already in the vicinity of your home and the future meeting spot. He is currently preparing to accommodate the silent yearnings of your soul. This is why things have been so difficult for you. What is the cause of your belief that your emotions are more intense than they normally are? The reason why certain individuals are no longer as significant in your existence. Your surrounds are being cleaned in preparation for upcoming events. I am removing obsolete cycles to ensure that you do not miss this precious event. Do not feel guilty if you derive pleasure from solitude. It is currently being prepared. Before I isolate, I lift. Prior to uttering my words, I lower the level of the atmosphere, and the words I'm about to say will be more audible than any previous remarks I have made. Resist the urge to move. Instead, remain vigilant. Do not try to get this blessing. Prepare to receive it. Open the door to your existence without reluctance. Do not evaluate the future based on the losses you have experienced. You can assess it by determining what you expect to receive. If you've been reading this message for a long time, it's for you. I am not currently in conversation with anyone else. On your own. Your spirit alone. Your essence is the only thing. I am your Father in paradise. The person who made you. This is the knowledge I'm delivering to you. This season will have a huge impact on your life over the next decade. If you believed that this was the voice of God speaking to you, then affix the seal. Amen may be entered in the comments section to demonstrate that you are content with the current season, that you agree with the concept of paradise, and that you are prepared for a fresh start in your life. The individual who is so attracted to your radiance is not merely present to express admiration for you. They are on their way to fulfill a commitment. Create a project that follow you on your trip through life. That is the text I composed. Additionally, there was nothing. What I have signed with my name cannot be undone by anyone or any time. Inhale deeply and allow these words to permeate your consciousness. It is critical to remember one final aspect. You were consistently resilient. As a result, I did not select you for this specific occasion. I chose you because you consistently returned. Even when you were exhausted. Even if your heart was wounded. Even when all you could say was an amen while weeping. A number of individuals abandoned their religious beliefs. However, you raised your head and exhibited your trust in me. Despite the fact that you failed to recognize my efforts. This is why I choose you. Heaven now takes pride in that. The period of silence is nearing its end. Waiting is nearly at an end. The suffering you hid from yourself is about to become the catalyst for another person's miracle. I will use your life to show that faith is never in vain, despite its frailty. Individuals who are entering your life, those that I have repeatedly told, you will be revealed as a valuable asset. They are required to do that, not only because they want to, however, I will not allow it. When you are present, they will experience a sense of tranquility. Your style of touching indicates your intentions. Each time they hear your voice, it's as if they belong here. They will be bewildered about their feelings toward you. They will use reasoning to explain it. However, it will not function. This is not a link between people. This is the recognition of the spirit. It was inevitable that two lamps would clash, regardless of their distance. Alternatively, the duration of the process. They have endured an extended period of time without your presence. However, their souls are now bound to continue marching without looking at your light. When they arrive, they'll bring more than just love. They will have a major impact. They will bring a loyalty that can withstand calamities, opportunities, and peace of mind. This is the kind of relationship that paradise desires. This is the type of marriage that I wish to benefit. You will be bewildered as to why somebody with a lot of money, influence, and celebrity would choose you. However, we must now focus on this. They were superfluous. As a result, I decided not to deliver them to you. They required what you were carrying. Therefore, I delivered them to you. They required your candor. They required your softness. They required your intelligence. It was crucial to them that you could perceive beyond titles and into the souls of individuals. Someone who could see them for who they really were. I'll always love them. Furthermore, they should be reminded that money does not correlate to peace. Purpose and celebrity are not identical. Triumph is nothing if the soul is insatiable. That is where you come in. There is more to you than just the reward. They are as well. You have both been harmed by fire, shattered by loss, and honed by loneliness. Today, you are finally ready to meet not as individuals, but as the manifestation of your destiny. What actions should you take at this moment? Maintain an open door. Practice benevolence. Do not let your past adversities keep you from getting your blessing. This chapter should not be based on the preceding one. Offer your prayers with sincerity. Make sure your spirit remains steady. Please be advised that the purpose of this missive was not to inspire optimism. It was communicated to back up your instinctive knowledge. You were aware that an event was approaching. Despite the fact that you didn't know their name, you knew they were thinking about you. You were aware that your existence was not intended to be perpetually characterized by excruciating agony. You now have evidence. There is evidence that God has been conducting an investigation. Evidence that angels have been at work. Evidence that Archangel Michael was involved in a war. Despite the fact that the pages looked to be blank, evidence suggests that I, your God, wrote your narrative. As you commence this new season, be confident in your abilities. You are not just an object of devotion. You have an excellent spirit. This is widely known to the person to whom I am delivering it. They will not play in the game. They will not deceive you. They are unlikely to have substantial issues. When they arrive, there will be stability, clarity, and commitment. Because people are less likely to leave when they see you in the same way that I do. They descend to their knees. They continue to construct. Kid, this time they'll work with you to build. This spiritual revelation has now entered your life. Act as if it had already happened. Because it is. The universe has already undergone modifications in response to this assurance. Your name has been mentioned in rooms that you have never visited. Someone who never anticipated such an emotional response is left with a lasting impression of your visage. They are unable to articulate the phenomenon, yet you have captured their attention. They are unable to conceal the sound, which resembles a murmur. They are experiencing emotions that they are unable to articulate at this time as they reflect on their own lives. They are bewildered as to how someone they have never met can elicit such a sense of familiarity and importance. It is because their consciousness has already encountered yours. Currently, there is far less veil. The actual meeting is rapidly approaching. When it transpires, you will experience it physically. It is unnecessary to provide an explanation. Proof will not be needed. Clarity and tranquility will prevail. Without a question, the timing was perfect. I am engulfed in the peace that I alone possess. Do not run from it. Do not try to prevent it from reaching you. Allow it to enter. Allow them to enter. I am aware that you have suffered unspeakable cruelty. I understand that you were not correctly adored, was placed in my trust prematurely, amounting to an excessive amount and departing prematurely. However, this is not the same. Heaven's response to each instance of brokenness that caused you to feel that love was dangerous is as follows. Heaven's way of compensating for situations in which you took less. As a result of your exhaustion with solitude, please abstain from shrinking any further. Stop harboring uncertainty. You are not excessively large. It's not too late. You don't need an excessive quantity of indicators. You are requesting the presence of someone who is intimately familiar with your spirit. That is a substantial request. It is a sacred site. I have also heard it. I've already responded. I'm fulfilling it. The millionaire who is drawn to you is going through these changes. Their souls are already being softened, and their minds are being cleared. They should approach you with respect rather than conceit. They will not see your accomplishment as a triumph. Individuals will regard you as a miracle. They will not come and seize. They will arrive to serve, share, heal, and protect. They will be interested in learning about the operation of your heart. They will inquire about important issues because your speech will evoke a sense of calm. They will be silent and attentive. They will not be intimidated by you. However, the intensity of their desire to leap, the depth of their emotions, and the quickness with which they develop faith. Remind them that God's love is always fair and never rushed when the time comes. I did not merely force you to live, I declared. I created you to establish a sacred bond. The author will not write the next chapter while he feels uncomfortable. Writing it will be done with compassion, harmony, and teamwork. Archangel Michael, who previously mourned for your delay, is now preparing for your celebration. His tears have stopped. He is always monitoring the stuff I created for you in forever to guarantee that no problems develop. This section of your narrative will provide an explanation for your tears. It will induce a sense of reverence in the solitude. And this would illustrate that I was never late. At the time, I was working on something that needed to be perfect. Now, my child, faith is the last surviving commodity. This is not a definite conviction, not comments that are excessively dramatic. A trust that is composed and consistent. I assure you that I will take action. Please know that the objective of sending you this communication was not to entice you. It was meant to prepare you. If your heart trembles, know that your consciousness is aware of the truth. This is genuine. This is exceptional. The present moment has arrived. You are no longer anticipating your miracle. It is approaching. I would like you to make this about you before we proceed any further. If you are willing to abandon your cynicism, please write. I received it in the comments. Refrain from postponing tasks and fully absorb the information that is being transmitted to you. This transcends mere enjoyment. This is how you coordinate. Allow your spirit to grow. It is about to knock. I appreciate your attention. Your soul continues to crave for the truth that can only be transmitted by heaven, so I shall persevere.